Hello everyone, my name is Joseph Alai. Welcome to my channel, and today I'd like to talk about how to change yourself and the effects that changing yourself will have on the exterior and the things that you experience in your world, right? So, all things that we experience in this world, although it seems as if they are independent of you, or it seems as they are on the outside, they all come from within the imagination. So, it's important to know that they the seed of each and everything that exists in this world was planted in our imagination first, right? And then a bridge of incidents unfolded and landed us in the spot or brought the thing into our awareness. So when it comes to manifesting permanent changes in the exterior world, a lot of times what I used to find is that I would change things and then they could revert back. That happened for a long time, especially when it came to things that needed to be done, like I said, permanently, like someone else treating me differently or a relationship or something. And I would imagine the person being different and then they would change, but then they would revert back. And then, but for events such as like acquiring quick fixes or having people receive things or healings or things of that nature, technically they only need to be done on the outside, and because all that it needs to happen is one time, right? So, but what I'm talking about here is changing myself so that the things on the outside can be changed as well. And so, as an example, what I like to do is I look at everything on the outside as a leaf, right? Each and every thing on the outside is a leaf, right? Some of them are different. Some of them are in their own likeness, right? There's clusters of leaves, whatever. The person that I meet is a leaf. My job is a leaf. My personal relationships are a leaf, right? And each individual person, thing, object, item, event, weather, pattern, whatever, these are all leaves. And so when I imagine that these things on the outside change, then they change. But then, like, it's like removing a leaf, but then the leaf grows back because the tree is the same. The tree remains the same. So it becomes of great importance to understand that in order to see permanent, long-lasting effects on the outside, what we need to do is change the tree, the source of everything that exists on the outside, right? And imagination creates reality. That's it. That's the bottom line. And the imagination is constantly drawing up things that exist in us, right? Our assumptions are constantly being created, our thoughts, our imaginal acts, our inner conversations, our moods, our feelings, our thoughts of ourselves, right? The person whom I believe that I am. This is what is creating everything on the exterior, right? So when we change one thing, the issue is that there's 1,000 left like them, and that one, even in and of itself, will most times change back. And so what it becomes important to change the tree, change that source. So what I mean by this is, like, there was an incident that I had with a coworker where we were arguing all the time. I had changed him in my imagination. I had imagined that he was just happy and kind and we were getting along because it was, for me, it was affecting me. And he kept changing and then changing back and changing back. And what I then did was went inside of myself and imagined the happiness in myself alongside the happiness with him, right? But the happiness inside myself and the peace and the respect. And after that happened, then he changed and changed for good, right? Permanently. And also, though, a whole lot of other people in my life started changing, right? they started reflecting back to me the thing that I felt of myself, right? That I was peaceful, that I had happiness, that I was respected. So when we change an assumption of ourself, we will change a ton of things on the exterior, right? Because we sometimes are not even aware of what these things on the outside are being created from, right? It could be memories, it can be assumptions of self, whatever. All the things that we're experiencing now are only reflecting those things inside us, right? We are the grand total, right? We are the complete thing that is creating all of these things. So when we change the idea of ourself, we can then change the rest of the world, right? So I want to give you a couple of definite techniques, right? So if you want to change your outside world, or if you want to change yourself like permanently in any sense, right? Like if people are treating you like you are unimportant, or in some way that is not what you want, what you would do then is change the aspect in yourself and believe that you are the person that you want to be, right? Imagination creates reality, and the only requirement to manifest is to feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled, which means to imagine the end of the thing that you want and feel the feelings of it really happening. Oftentimes, what we do is imagine a time after the desire had been fulfilled and construct a scene, outline a scene, get into a hypnotic state or a state akin to sleep, and start to bring this into your imagination and start bringing all the tones of reality, the details, the descriptive things, what you would see, smell, taste, touch, and how you would feel if you were that person. If you could snap your fingers and be that person that you want to be, how would it feel, right? So that's the idea in general of how to manifest, okay? And so when it comes to ourselves, oftentimes the things that we want on the outside, because they appear without, we try to change them on the outside, which is why I brought this topic up, right? And so if the things on the outside are not meeting the inside, sometimes we have to look and say, what could be creating this, right? And if we are being treated poorly in any way, and I'll take the important thing, if people are treating me like I'm unimportant, like I'm not worth anything, what I'll do then is a couple of different things, these couple techniques. I'll imagine that I am important, whether it being a conversation that I have with my mother or someone whom I trust, right? Always someone whom I trust, and they are telling me that I am important, right? And in doing that, if I feel it real, whether I just have a conversation with them in my mind, whether I see it full blown, whether I just have general thoughts, or just if I feel that happened, it will manifest in this reality, right? And when that happens, it's affecting my personality because I'm imagining that I'm important, not imagining that a specific person does a specific thing, but that my character trait has changed, and a bridge of incidents from that point forward will unfold, and I'll be led to that end. I will become that person. So this can work with anything. When we're talking about how to have faith, or how to suspend judgment or doubts, or ignoring the senses, or imagining better, or watching, like saying that we have seen so many manifestations unfold, what we can do is literally create imaginal acts to solve each of those problems. If you're having trouble with manifesting, if you're having trouble impressing on the subconscious mind, if you're having trouble with doubts or fears or insecurities or jealousy or anything that you do not want anymore, imagine, you don't have to imagine that you feel not jealous or secure, right? That's not necessary. What's necessary is you simply exist in a scene where you're talking about it, right? Because that also means that you have fulfilled that desire. So imagine talking to someone about how your manifestations have been off the charts. You've experienced dozens of them per day. if you aren't insecure, if you have insecurity issues or jealousy issues, imagine talking to your close friends about how you are extremely secure, right? And when you do this, a bridge of incidents will unfold and lead you to the end, right? One of the things that I did, and it had a profound effect on my life, was I imagined that my subconscious was very impressionable, and that the things that I picked up or heard in glimpses, if it felt good to me, they would automatically be impressed and then therefore expressed on the screen of space, right? Because the only the way that it works is we impress upon the subconscious mind with feeling and imaginal acts, and then the copy of that is expressed to us, right? I think Neville says, even though all appears without, it is within, right? That's exactly what we're talking about. We change the inside and the outside will change. And so when I imagined that my subconscious was impressionable, the change was profound, right? I did this multiple times throughout this course of a couple months, and it worked. I manifest so quickly with fleeting thoughts, imaginal acts, inner conversations. And so what I'm trying to tell you is do the same thing, right? Do this, test this with everything. It works on how you look, how you feel, how you act, your personality. You can have charisma. You can have whatever you want. Just test this. Try this with everything, right? You can increase your faith. You can manifest better. You can do whatever you want. Just use the imagination as the solution to all your problems and stop trying to move things in this world, right? Because our effort is futile. The only effort that we should use is expressing something in our imagination for the subconscious to take it, right? And it will express on the outside everything, right? So anyway, I hope that was helpful, right? Because when I finally had that realization that I could do that, if I could just split up any issue that I had into imaginal acts and fix them like that systematically, it had a profound effect on my life. And so definitely test this with everything, and I want to see your results, seriously. So if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, thumbs up, and go to the website sovereignmind.com for more stuff like this, and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.